What's up guys, Nax Tech here, and in this video I'm going to be comparing the Nexus 7 on the left to its kind of big brother, the Nexus 10 on the right. Let me just start off with the Nexus 7 on the left and talk about some specs. It's obviously a 7-inch screen, comes with a quad-core processor, Tegra 3, I think it's a 1.4 or 1.3 gigahertz processor, I'm not completely sure. Front-facing camera, no rear-facing camera on that. It's a resolution of 1280 by 800, and it won Tablet of the Year this year. And you know, I can completely understand why. It's really nice, and you know, it's such a nice form factor. You know, you can one-hand this. I mean, I've seen people put it in their pockets and their bags, and it's no issue. And that's a big deal. The 7-inch form factor is really, really usable. In terms of ports, you've got, you know, the micro USB headphone jack, and that's it. And that's the same for both tablets, except it has a HDMI out on the Nexus 10. I don't believe the Nexus 7 has a HDMI out, but I think it does have the MHL connector at the bottom that you can plug it into a TV with. Now, this is kind of a difficult. I'm just going to go ahead and turn this sideways because it's a bit easier. This is a difficult comparison, as you can see here. It's a 7-inch display versus a 10.1-inch display, and you can just go ahead and see the difference there. I mean, that's the difference in size. It's quite a big difference in size, and it really is all going to come down to what you want. If you really want a 7-inch tablet, the 10-inch isn't going to go ahead and make you choose the 10-inch, you know. Let me just talk about the Nexus 10 for a second. So we've got a 10.1-inch display diagonally here with a resolution of 2560 by 1600, so an absolute amazing resolution over here. A dual-core Exynos 5250 with a Mali 604 GPU. Both are running the new version of Android, being Nexus devices. Both have got this new kind of tablet UI. Let me go ahead and do some performance tests. I'm just going to go and open a few apps at the same time. Let me just go ahead and clear what we've got here and see whose is faster. Let's try and open Google Music at the same time. So you can see it appears on the Nexus 10 tablet first, but not too far behind the Nexus 7. So what else can we open? We'll go ahead and open Google Maps. Where's my Maps application? Come on, Maps, there you are. 1, 2, 3. And okay, we've got the map here, and it's going to bring us into the location. So that was pretty much a tie there. I think this started loading first, but then this showed me the map first. So quite close there. Let's go ahead and open Chrome. We've actually got tabs open, so that's a bit unfair. So I'm going to go ahead and close up the tabs and do that again. Let's just close out these apps. 1, 2, 3. And they've gone to different pages, but it's not too far behind. Let's not forget we're running a higher resolution here, so it just has to push more pixels, and sometimes it can slow it down. So we're going to go ahead and open the calendar at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Pretty much identical there. Not much to say. What other core apps can we try? There's no camera app on here, even though you do have a front-facing camera, which I find strange. We'll open up the clock. Definitely Nexus 10 won out there. It just got there first. And talking about RAM, I should talk about the RAM really, since we're opening apps. There's 2 GB of RAM here on the Nexus 10 and 1 GB on the Nexus 7. So that is going to affect your multitasking. Let's go ahead and open the gallery together. Nexus 10 loaded. It's got more images to load, but it did open it first. And what else can we open? We'll go ahead, because I've got Dolphin here, and then we can do some browser tests as well. So I'll go ahead and open Dolphin at the same time. 2, 3. Okay, so it's actually the first time that I've run Dolphin on my Nexus 7, so again that's a bit unfair. So we'll do that again. Oh, it's 2 now. 1, 2, 3. And the Nexus 7 won out there. I mean, that was quick. I don't know if it was really preloaded. We'll try that again. 1, 2, 3. Just a hair quicker on the Nexus 10 there. Let's try and load some websites. I'm going to go ahead and hit up Android Central, which I can see there, and the same here. Android Central. Both are away. It's appeared first on the Nexus 10. Not too far behind the Nexus 7 though. I mean, they're very quick. Both are pretty damn smooth actually. You know, obviously web browsing looks better because it's a bigger screen over here on this tablet. Let's try some pinch to zoom. Both very, very responsive. Let's go ahead and load this story. Try and hit that at the same time. Definitely winning on the Nexus 10 there, but you know, it's expected. Even though it's pushing more pixels, the CPU in this and the GPU is just stronger than that of the Nexus 7. So you can just see, you can zoom in a lot less and read stuff, but that's because it's a 10-point screen. You can definitely tell a difference in text when you zoom into them both. It's a lot sharper over here, and that's due to the resolution and pixel density. Both really responsive. You know, I wouldn't say there's a loser and a winner out of that. That is very tight. Yeah, it's really, really, really tight actually. We'll go ahead and try a heavy website. Check out The Verge. It's always a good one. 1, 2, 3, and go. Neck and neck. And it's displayed and done on the Nexus 10 and done on the Nexus 7. So you can see it's really close. I mean, both I think are great and both just serve a different purpose. You can just see how brilliant the screen looks on here. But you know, it's hard to compare these two because I do think they both serve a different purpose. I wouldn't, you know, this one's really portable, and you know the Nexus 10 isn't. You know, lovely performance on the 10. Again, nice performance, but a tad slower on the 7, but not much. I mean, I think I can see why the 7 won Tablet of the Year. It is a great tablet. Stuff looks great. You know, the screen is still very, very good. It's just because we're putting it against probably the best screen. So, you know, and pinch to zoom again, really responsive on both. You know, nothing to moan about there. It's really nice actually. So that's a few browser performance benchmarks, just some browser performance. I'm going to go ahead and run, I will go ahead and run the Geekbench. So I've got a Geekbench open on both of these, and you can see it displays the information. It is at 1.3 gigahertz, 1 gigabyte of RAM, both running Android 4.2. So this is literally just pitting the processors against each other. The Exynos 5250 against the Tegra 3. And let's run. So it's a quad core on the left and a dual core on the right. And just turn this light off so we can see a bit better. And the Nexus 10 finishes first with 2,656, which is a very, very good score. Maybe one of the best ones I've had. See, the Nexus 7 is still going, with a score of 1,527. And I mean, that's not a bad score. It just, I mean, it is just about how good the new architecture is on the Exynos, and obviously it's got a higher clock speed as well. So, you know, I was a little bit dubious about doing this review, and the reason is I just think they're two different animals. You know, you've got one that's a big tablet, which is great for web surfing, great for videos, but its portability, it's not very good in terms of portability. You just can't take it around with you as easy as you can take around this with you, and that makes a big difference. I mean, I can fit that in one hand. I can't fit the other Nexus 10 in one hand. It's just not doable, and I think that's a big difference. The form factor is all important when it comes to your choice if you're choosing between these two. They're both blazingly quick. They're both going to get the new Android version, no problems. The Nexus 7 obviously won Tablet of the Year. The tablet on the right, the Nexus 10, has just come out, but it has an amazing display, the sharpest display I've ever seen. So yeah, obviously with the Tegra, you get the benefit of the Tegra games. So some games won't be playable on the Nexus 10 that are playable on the Nexus 7. But the choices really are all going to come down to which one you want. If you're dead set on a 7-inch tablet, then this 10-inch tablet really isn't going to change your mind, and it shouldn't, because they're in the market for two different reasons. They're not the same. It's not comparing the iPad 4 to the Nexus 10. It's not the same thing. So in terms of overall performance, you've got to give it to the Nexus 10. It was a hair quicker in opening pretty much all the apps that I did. If I go ahead and open one more, see if we got one more in Google Earth. You can see it turns up on Nexus 10 first, and it's loading in, and it's just a hair behind over here on the Nexus 7. It's by no means slow, but that goes to show you, the brilliance of this tablet, because it has such a high resolution, and it's still one of the fastest and best performing devices that I've had the privilege to use. And you can kind of see it here. It's much smoother on the Nexus 10 than it is on the 7. But it really is apples and oranges when you're comparing these two. Like I said, it is the big brother. In terms of pure performance, the Nexus 10 wins. In terms of portability, the Nexus 7 wins. I'll go ahead and put this on top again. You can just see the difference. Web browsing was actually surprisingly close. I thought there was going to be a bit of a difference. There wasn't really. I mean, it was a bit smoother on the Nexus 10 tablet, but not like amazingly, not leaps and bounds ahead of the 7. So yeah. In terms of gaming, yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and run Dead Trigger because I've installed it on both of these, and let's see who's faster to load in and try and get these exactly the same. Pretty much identical. Nexus 10's probably a hair in front. Okay, I'm just going to turn these sideways because they've both done that. I'm going to go ahead and turn that light off again. Might help. Okay, so first thing I want to show you is this. We go to settings on both, go to next, graphical settings. You see the maximum I get on here is high, and the maximum you get on here is ultra high, and that is because it's Tegra 3, so it gets the extra Tegra 3 special features. So that is one thing to notice. Now let me go ahead, and I'm on a different point to this game, annoyingly. Okay, that's just that bit, is it? I'm just going to have to go ahead and do the main quest and be at different areas. And we'll hit accept. So we're ready on the 10. You can see the loading difference. Again, like I said, on high settings, nice and smooth. On high settings over here, let me just go ahead and pause that for a second. And then if we look over here, you can definitely see, even though this is set on high, this is ultra high. Let me just move this into the middle. And you can see the extra Tegra effects you're getting. You're getting the water, you're getting all this stuff floating around. And it makes a big difference. You can see a bit of lag there. But not bad performance at all. So let me go ahead and pause and bring in the Nexus 10 again. I'll try and get these a bit so you can see them both at the same time. We'll resume them both and we'll move around. I don't care if I get eaten, but we'll just move around and you get slightly smoother, oh my god, smoother frame rates on the 10, but then it's different graphics on the 7. You get the special Tegra effects on the, this is impossible to play both of these at the same time, so I'm just going to do one. So yeah, you get the special effects on the Tegra and not on the 10. You can see you do get some effects, but not quite as many. So that is something to note. You will get slightly higher graphic settings if it's a Tegra game on the 7, but pretty good performance on both, and it's hard to kind of say which one's better because this had a higher graphics performance, but then this has a higher screen resolution. So, you know, yeah. So to sum up, guys, and to help you kind of make a decision, I'm going to go ahead and say what I think. If you want a tablet to be Wi-Fi only and be at home just to use around the house, I'd say go with the Nexus 10 because it has a great screen resolution, an unparalleled screen resolution, and its performance is brilliant. It's great for web browsing and stuff like that. So yeah, if you want this isn't a 3G version, but it does come in a 3G version. So again, going with my argument of better portability. If you want a tablet that you can take around with you, you know, chuck it in your bag, take it to uni, go to work with it, you know, use it on the train, this tablet is going to be the one for you. It has still a really nice screen, but not a ridiculous high resolution screen. Still very good performance, a quad-core processor. It is cheaper than the Nexus 10. This is a 32GB version and it comes in about £179, whereas this came in at 319. So a big difference in price. And it's all going to come down to what you want your tablet for. They're both brilliant tablets and they're both in their own niche markets. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my video, guys. I hope it helps you make a decision. You know, if you've got the money, get them both. The Nexus family is a brilliant family to be in. I'll see you all later.